Hello everybody, it's Alex with AM Tuned here. Wanted to share something to hopefully help out people with a VF Supercharger kit. This is a kit for the B6, B7 Audi S4 4.2 liters. As they come from VF, they work fine for their low boost setting, which is anywhere from 5 to 7 PSI, depending where you are in altitude. But when a shop like us gets one of these in, we like to modify them to make quite a bit more power. So we're running anywhere from 12 to 16 PSI on the units. And by doing so, we found a major flaw. And that flaw is that the intercooler core does not seal against the manifold. So there's an 1/8 inch gap on either side of the manifold and on the rear. And for low boost, it's fine. Most of your air will still get cooled by the core. But as we increase air pressure, air will try to find the path of least resistance, and unfortunately that is around the sides, and it results in higher intake temps. The air is not cooled down and we can't run as much power. So historically we've been supplementing with quite a bit of water methanol injection, but I'm hoping that this solution will at least help a lot on that aspect. So what we're doing to combat this is we lay down a bead of aluminum weld. I'm not a great aluminum welder, never claimed to be, so it looks horrible, but it serves a purpose. And we adhered a strip of Viton 1/8 inch thick sheet to the sides. We adhered them with black RTV Right Stuff and let it cure overnight. I left them intentionally long on the bottom side of the core, so that way I can come and just trim with a knife, so it's all nice and square. What this weld does, it acts as a safety, so that way the weld sits right below the port entrances. It's kind of hard to see with this light. Right below the port entrances, so it holds that strip of Viton down below it, so it can never escape up and go down into the ports and cause engine damage. And there's a strip on either side and also on the rear here. You can get it from McMaster-Carr. Here is the product. Comes in a 12 by 12 sheet. You don't use too much of it at all, so there you go. And you're gonna have to sand down both sides, because after you add some RTV to it, it'll be quite a bit thicker than 1/8 inch. So you have to sand it down. Both sides. I'd start at the rear to make sure it can smoothly enter the manifold, and then keep sanding as much as you need to, work your way up. You don't want to take too much off, so just do a little bit at a time. You do need to sand the back a little bit down too, so that way it's just a little bit skinnier. And a problem this poses is VF aligns the holes based on wherever the manifold sat previously, and unfortunately most of the time it's not going to be square in this hole. So once you add it in with the strips and everything, it's actually going to sit square. So what we had to do was drill out the holes for alignment where the bolts go, and that way we got some play when putting in the bolts, so that way we can align it a little bit better and we're not going to mess up any of the threads. People have also asked us how we relocate the IAT sensors. We use a simple Bosch sensor. They're readily available. And on the back of the manifold, we just tap in a hole for it. So this is after the intercooler core, so that way we are measuring air that is cooled down right before it goes into the engine. Hope this helps some people. Enjoy.